Hey everyone, Mike again from the Virtual Foundry. Today we're going to go through the 8 most frequently asked questions that we get. What we're going to do is that we're going to freeze the screen in just a second here, and we're going to list all 8 questions out with the time that they can be at. So if you're looking for a specific question, go ahead and check out the screen in just a second. All right, one question that we get frequently is how do I place my spool filament? Essentially what you want to do is place your spool so that the material will feed from the spool into either your Bowden tube or the extrusion head with as little as friction and as directly as possible. Ultimately, go ahead and take your filament warmer if you decide to purchase one, install it inside of the spool as I've described in other videos so that the filament goes directly into the warmer before it has a chance to straighten out coming off the spool. The warmer will help remove that spooled memory. After it comes out of the warmer or off of the spool, go ahead and just run it right into the extruder, run it right into the Bowden tube as directly as possible. All right, another question we get frequently is how do I get my print off the build plate? The problem we have here is that filament adheres extremely well to the point where we've actually destroyed build plates. We've had users destroy build plates, and ultimately what we do is just use some simple blue tape, blue painter's tape, whatever you want to call it, and go ahead and put down a layer of that. Be sure to remove as much of the tape as you can from the print prior to sintering. Another question we get commonly is, do you provide sintering services? The answer on behalf of the Virtual Foundry is no. We are strictly a materials company. That's all we do is work on our material, improve our material, make more materials. For that reason, we do partner with other organizations that do provide sintering services. Depending on the material you desire, whether it's steel or copper or bronze or aluminum, go ahead and just write in, let us know what you're interested in, and we'll be able to go ahead and connect you. Email me directly at info@thevirtualfoundry.com, and I'll get back to you right away like I always do. All right, another question we get commonly is what type of nozzles do I need on my printers? The answer is that you can get away with either a stainless steel nozzle or hardened steel nozzle for any material that we have. Some of the materials can actually be printed with your standard brass nozzle, but we encourage the steel just for good measure. All of our materials can be printed with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle with the exception of the high carbon iron, and a few of our materials such as the tungsten can actually be printed with a nozzle as small as 0.3 millimeters. Any questions on nozzles, you can go ahead and visit the instructions page at thevirtualfoundry.com or go ahead and write in info@thevirtualfoundry.com and we'll get back to you right away. Another question we get commonly is filament conductive, specifically for the copper is what people frequently want to know about. The answer is that when the material is in green state or our proprietary binder is still part of the metal, the answer is that it's not conductive. Once the material is debound and sintered, it will be conductive in properties similar to a metal injection molded part. All right, another question we get frequently is what kind of printers can I use to print filament? Or the other question is how much does your printer cost? Because people will assume that you need to have one of our printers. The answer is that any printer that will print PLA will print filament without a problem. So if it's a high-end Ultimaker or a Prusa or a MakerBot, they will all print filament without a problem. One more question we get frequently is what materials do you have? We have more than 10 materials on our website, everything from common stuff such as the steels and copper to other types of things such as the carbon fiber PLA, clays, tungsten, those types of things. And then we've also done quite a few of special lines of manufacturing of unique types of titanium, molybdenum, a moon dust simulant, all sorts of stuff that hasn't been made before. So if you have questions, you can either check out our website with the stock items or go ahead and just let us know if you have questions on a specific material. Email address is info@thevirtualfoundry.com. All right, the final question that we get frequently is, do you make tool steel? Or do you have a tool steel, anything like that? The answer is not yet. We do know that it's possible. We're working on it internally, and although we're making gains, we haven't quite made it there yet to be able to make it public. So if you're interested in tool steel, feel free to let us know. I'd be happy to give you more details, see if there might be some type of a partnership to work on with it. And if that's the case, send me an email, info@thevirtualfoundry.com, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.